Be doing for you guys like the wave look, you know, where it's not curled, but it's not so beachy wave either. It's more of the style polished wave look. That's what I'm gonna be doing for you guys. I'm actually gonna be doing here, so if anyone wants to stand up and come on over, feel free to come over so you can see a little better. So what I did to my hair this morning, I did wash my hair this morning. I didn't blow dry it all the way. What I did was, you know, I did my makeup, did everything I needed to do, and then it was pretty much dry, and I just flipped it upside down, and I took a blow dryer. The thing is, when you flip your hair upside down with a blow dryer, you don't want to blow dry your hair like this. You don't want to go down and go like this, because that's going to create a lot of frizz. Even if you are going to be curling, you don't want to have the frizz, and you don't want to blow your cuticles open because it's not healthy for your hair. So I flip my hair upside down, but I blow it like this, and I just go all around until the roots and the ends are pretty much dry, and then I of course let it air dry the rest of the way because I was busy doing stuff. So you can either do that at night or you can do that in the morning. I like doing just the blast dry really fast because it does help give you some volume at your roots as well, as opposed to just letting it completely air dry, but you could do that as well. So now what I do, and you can time me if I'm going to take my earrings out so I don't catch them. Take pretty much 3 sections like Rachel, except I start mine a little bit lower. I don't go above my ears at first, I just go in the back. A clip, you can use any kind of clip you want. Clip your hair up. Now the biggest thing, and then I part my hair down the center, just pull a little to each side. The biggest thing with this is going to be when you're curling your hair, you're always going to want to curl the hair on each side the same direction. That's what's going to give you the uniform waved look. So, take the iron. The way I always remember, as opposed to thinking, oh, I go back or I go forward, I just look in the mirror and I say, like, where's this part of the curling iron and where's that part of the curling iron? So if this is forward, I make sure every time I put it in my hair that this part is facing the mirror. That's easier than remembering which way to turn, because if you just say, oh, that's there, you automatically are going to turn back, as opposed to being like, did I turn this way or did I turn that way? So that helps me. So I am going to use a heat protectant called 07, which is Iron Silk. I like this one because it's very soft. My hair is fine. I don't like anything that weighs my hair down too much or makes it look greasy. This is a very dry spray. Like, you could spray it in your hand and rub it around and you don't feel it anymore. So I just spray my hair. Especially with long hair, you want to make sure you're keeping it protected because your ends will not look so great if you don't. So you can turn any way. You play with that a little bit. I mean, try this way one time. I'm talking about like the whole style. Like I said, you have to do it the whole way the entire time, but if I go like this the whole time, my waves are going to come this way. If I turn back, then they're going to go back. So you can play with that a little, do it forward one time you style it, and then the next time you try this look, do it the other way and see which one you like better. So I'm going to start with the fat part forward because I want my waves to go away a little bit. And then I'm just going to turn it. And if you have a spring iron, just start close to the top and then open your spring a little and go down the hair, and then just hold it a little at the end. And if one's not perfect, it doesn't have to be perfect. Every curl doesn't have to be perfect. So the big end forward again. And then you go to the other side and the big part forward. And you can, your sections don't have to be perfect. They don't have to all be exactly the same size. And even if you have thicker hair than me, I would still do it in this amount of sections. Does everyone understand what I mean when I say that? Your sections can be bigger than mine. And then I take a second section, and this time I section all the hair to about where your head starts to curve up, like parietal ridge down. And then I kind of do the same thing. I try to pull the straight pieces forward so I can see what I'm doing, and then hold them out and just spray them. And this time I do 3 sections instead of 2. The big side forward. And what happens when you start a little further up the hair shaft and work your way down, you're just getting more curl throughout the hair strand as opposed to just having it right at the end. And as you see, my sections are getting a little thicker as I move up my hair, because this is where I personally have the most amount of my hair, is this section of my head. Some people have more hair down at the bottom, some people have it more at the top. Generally, it's right here, though, on most people. Big section forward, big part of the curling iron forward. And if you find that there's like one little piece in the back that didn't get curled, just curl that little piece. You don't, like I said, not everything has to be perfectly all the same. As long as you're going in the same direction, it's all going to work out. Depending on how thick your hair is, though, like I said, I do have a little bit of a finer texture hair, so I'm not really holding the heat to my hair very long. But if your hair is harder to curl than some, you might want to hold this a little bit longer. Or if your hair is really thick, you just want to touch the outside until you feel the heat has come through all the hair and has gotten to the outside hair. Okay, then I take down the last section. And the same thing, I do about 3 sections on the top part as well.
She's only been doing this for 6 minutes. Okay. So you could do this in the morning in 10 minutes. How easy is that?
So this section, as you can see, is kind of bigger as well. Once you start getting to the top, your sections usually do get a bit bigger. And the same thing that Rachel was saying, depending on your bangs, you can kind of, if you like them a little bit straight, you can leave them a little straight. What I usually do, I kind of leave my bangs to the end to see what I feel like doing with them. So
every day's a new day.
Yeah, but today I'll just do them along with the rest of my hair. So I'm just curling them just like, my bangs are pretty long though. If you have shorter bangs, you might want to just leave them straight or give them a little bevel under. You might not be able to curl them into the style if they're not long enough. That's okay. And at first you might be looking, thinking, this looks really curly, but wait till the end when you brush it out, it'll look better. And then I just kind of pull out to see if any straight pieces are back there. Or I'll ask my fiance, whoever's standing behind me. Okay, so now it's all done. I put a light mist. We have Fashion Works 12, but you definitely want a hairspray that says versatile working spray. You don't want to spray anything that says finishing, because once you spray finishing spray in your hair, you don't really want to touch it anymore, and it's not going to really do anything. But if you do touch it, it's going to get sticky, and so you definitely want to use a working spray. Just lightly mist the curls, and then take a paddle brush, or you could use a wide tooth comb. I like the wide tooth comb, is going to give you a little more tight curl look still. This is really going to brush out the curl a lot. So then you just take this and you brush through your hair. And if you get static, like getting a little bit of static, you can always use, like at the end, you can always use, I don't know, we have Argon 6 now, which is a great product you can run through. You can spray some clear moisture, but see how everything just all fell in together? And that's because I did everything in the same direction. So if you use a wide tooth comb, you would get more more piecey and spread out. When you use the paddle brush, you get more of like everything comes together. Does anyone have any questions?